people started checking out the channel in droves. I got a bunch of new subs. I got a ton of engagement. Of course, a lot of it is toxic idiots coming off of, social media communities. The sissies who all they do is listen to what other people tell them, and their favorite creator kiss the game's butt, so now they got to come and be like the White Knight Defense Force for it. Listen.
So in case you don't know, right, there's this game. I'm sure most of you guys know what's going on. There's a game called Crimson Desert, right? That was hyped. I think even DSP hyped it a lot, right? He was hyping this game Crimson Desert. He was thinking he was going to save his channel. It was going to bring a lot of people to the channel. It was going to make them sub, make them be a member, make them give him money. In the end, he plays this game, and I guess it's a bit difficult. It's a bit of a difficult game. It's not like easy, basically, right? It doesn't have like yellow lines where it can easily guide you to what to do. And he was finding it difficult to play or difficult to do it well, whatever it may be. And then this game that he hyped up for so long, he then ends up rage quitting it on the first try. But he didn't even play it long enough. I think he played it only like 6 hours. You're meant to give it at least a minimum of like 20. He put 6 hours into the game. He quits it on that first try because he wasn't enjoying it. And also he didn't make as much money. Because that's one of the things that people hate about him, is that he quits games and says they're horrible just because he didn't make the money that he wanted to make on them from like begging and asking for tips and shit. So in the days that he took off from not streaming, people online have been destroying him because of how his gameplay was, about him quitting a game that everybody's enjoying, and just basically trolling him for being like terrible at being a fucking game streamer. So now that he's back, he's now gonna rage and give everybody the business and tell everybody that they're wrong and he's right.
As I've said many times over the years, it's very simple when it comes to me and my coverage of games in the modern era.
Yeah, Connor was right. He's definitely got the DSP wiggle about him, innit? He's definitely got the little that fucking Chick-fil-A guy. Definitely got the little DSP wiggle. Yeah, you're right.
Benefit by saying a game is good. I don't benefit by saying a game is bad. I'm honest, and that's why I have 18 years of longevity, and why people still check me out to this day. It is
you got longevity because you beg. You got longevity because you beg, and you're a weird pig roach that doesn't go away. Not because you give honest fucking opinions.
It's a much smaller group of people, but it's still a group of people who come by and want to hear my opinions on games just like this one, right? With Resident Evil Requiem.
Let's say that's true, right? Let's say that's true, and people 18 years later are still checking out DSP because he's like this honest. He's the only honest games reviewer in the world, right? Let's imagine he's right. Let's imagine people support him after 18 years because he's the only games gamer out there that's not compromised. If that's true, why are you bothered that people have a different opinion? You have your opinion on the game. You said you didn't like it. You said you hated it. You said it's horrible. You said the game developers don't know how to fucking design games or make games. Everybody else called you out and said that you're wrong. Why would it bother you what they think if you are sure what you think is what you think and you're right with it? You'd be okay with it, wouldn't you? Exactly. You're bothered and you're rattled because you know you're fucking wrong and it proves you're a fucking idiot.
It was absolutely refreshing to see that a AAA game developer with a big budget still knows how to make good games, gives the people what they want, polishes the game, and gives us a solid, awesome gameplay experience. The best Resident Evil in years. Super duper good game. And I was very happy to play it, enjoy it, and share that experience with you for about a week. In the case of Crimson Desert, here's a game dev that thinks they know what they're doing, but all they've ever done is MMOs. So when they try to make a single player game, they have absolutely no idea what they're doing.
I love how DSP thinks he knows he's in a position to judge anybody on how they make games when he hasn't made anything himself. He's not actually made anything. He just clicks stream when he does his fucking gaming streams. He just clicks stream. He clicks start stream on OBS. But he's so quick to call out other people and say, oh, you don't have to do your job. Brother, you hardly know how to do your job. What have you made ever? What have you ever made about they don't know how to make games? What can you make? You can't even dress yourself properly.
The game is not satisfying in any way the moment that you pick up the controller and try to fight something, and that's half the game. So your world is beautiful. Great, I'm glad. Your stories seem decent. So far, they did. The missions and the story seemed interesting, right? You had a ton of side content. Good for you. Horse riding seems good. Traversal, cool. Puzzles, not so bad. Graphics, honestly, I don't think they're bad. A lot of people are criticizing Crimson Desert for its graphics. I thought that they were good. But the moment that I go to fight, and the fight is boring or annoying, that doesn't solve a purpose. The purpose of a game is entertainment. If when I go into a fight, I'm bored to tears because everything is just hold a direction and hold a button and do auto combos, that's not good. That's boring. That's not rewarding. It doesn't feel like you ever have control of the character. I'm falling asleep. Then I go to fight the boss, and you've changed the entire combat engine. Now none of that works. You expect me to now learn certain special moves like it's a puzzle boss. What is it, fucking Mega Man? I need to know the boss's weakness in order to beat it? No, stupid. That's not fun. It's 2026. And that's what these developers don't realize. They took an MMO, they turned it into a single-player game, but they didn't change it enough to feel like a single-player game. They expect you to waste dozens of hours grinding, leveling, before you can even fight a single boss. Fuck that noise. That means there's delayed satisfaction, delayed enjoyment. Fuck your delay. I want enjoyment now. Why? Because I bought your fucking game. So either you give me fun now or you failed. Guess what?
You give me fun now. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is a grown adult, by the way. This is a grown adult. He's like, what? 45, 44? Jesus Christ.
Desert failed. That's its own fault. And tons of people agree with this point. They are criticizing it on the internet. There's a huge gap right now in what people think. A lot of people are kissing Crimson Desert's butt and saying it's great. And you know what? If you are okay with that combat engine, I actually tend to agree with you. As I said in my mini review, everything about the game actually is quite good. My problem is the combat. If the combat was actually satisfying, I might have actually loved the game because everything else about the game I was very much enjoying. Okay? I'm really having a great time. But the combat sucks. And like I said in the mini review, I'm not going to spend dozens of hours grinding away in this game to beat a single boss because that's not fun. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of my viewers' time. Okay? The game should have fun parts before you have to waste and invest dozens of hours.
But isn't fun objective or subjective in it? Just because you didn't have fun, don't mean no one else had fun. No.
That's a failure of the game developer. What have we been talking about is a big issue with games recently. Pacing, right? Take a look at a game like Crizzle, the other game that I heavily criticized a couple months ago. Crizzle is a game that when it showed you the game trailer, it showed a variety of enemies, a variety of abilities, and all this gameplay. I played the game for 3.5 hours, and there was only one enemy type. None of the stuff in the trailer existed in the game, so I rightly criticized it. And then the publisher came to my video and left a comment, you should play longer, to which I responded, you should just put the fun stuff first. Don't make the gamer grind away wasting time to get to something fun. You have to give me the hook right away so I know this game is worth investing my time. I'll put 100 hours into your game if I'm having fun all along the way, not if every 20 hours I have a moment of fun. And that's Crimson Desert. It's get immersed in this world, but every time you fight, be bored. Every once in a while, get a new ability. Then you can finally go fight the boss and get a feeling of satisfaction.
Wasn't he just complaining recently, though? Wasn't DSP just complaining recently that games are too easy? Now all of a sudden you get a game that challenges you a little bit. Now you want the fun given to you straight away. Wasn't he just complaining about this the other day? Now you get given a game that does exactly the thing you want. You get it, and now all of a sudden you don't want it. You want it to be easy again. It's almost like you don't know what you want.
Well, I don't want to wait 10 to 20 hours to feel satisfied. I want to feel it while I'm playing the fucking game. That's why I bought it. So if I don't get what I'm looking for in a game, entertainment, then I don't like it. And I have a right to criticize it. If you enjoy...
And they have a right to criticize you for your criticism. That's the point. But he's so rattled. He's so rattled.
The grindy nature of Crimson Desert. If you think that playing 15 hours to unlock level 3 of the Palm Strike so you can stun lock the boss and finally beat him is fun, then good on you.
Exactly.
Go play it.
Exactly.
I expressed that in my review, that it's not for everyone. It's certainly not for me, but maybe there will be people who enjoy it. It's the good thing about life. Different people like different things, different strokes for different folks. But today, a lot of people are simpletons. They think that it's black and white. Either this game is the best game ever made or the worst game ever made. Well, that's not the case. This game is for a certain audience, and it ain't me. I'm not wasting any more time on it. If you want to spend $70 on a game that makes you play 15 hours to beat the first boss, have fun. Not me. I want some fun before that. Like, even some of the hardest games ever. Think about this.
What you think about?
Elden Ring. Here's what I want you to think about.
Tell us to think about.
Elden Ring.
Tell us. What you think about?
The moment you start playing Elden Ring, you walk out of that initial starter building, and right outside of that starter building, there is a boss. Now, it's an optional boss. You don't have to fight it, but he's standing right fucking there. Now, I want to ask you a question. Is that boss beatable? Yes. It's beatable right there at the beginning of the game. Do you want to know how I know that? Because I beat it. I stood there and said, I'm not even going to leave till I beat this first boss. And everyone yelled at me and said, what are you, crazy? You're underleveled. You don't have better equipment. You don't have enough health. You'll never beat that boss. And I said, yes, I will. And I know why, because this is a FromSoft game. And FromSoft games have sound game mechanics where I can just learn the pattern of this boss. And it may take me a while. I may have to whittle him down. I'll beat him. And guess what? I beat him. It took 2 hours, but on that very first stream, people's jaws dropped. and said,
Yeah,
DSP
no one's
just beat that insanely
dropped, you
overpowered boss
No
at
one's
the
fucking
entrance
jaw
gate
dropped.
of Elden Ring that everyone else ran away from. That's impressive. People loved it. Why was I able to do it? Because the game mechanics were fair, the game mechanics were well designed, and it was fun to learn, adapt, and beat. Now compare that with the first optional boss of Crimson Desert. Impossible to beat unless you go grind for dozens of hours. You need a crutch to beat it. Bullshit. The game's combat fucking sucks. Deal with it. Now, I'm done with the game. I'm not going to play it anymore. And that means that I need to find something new for the schedule for this week. Okay? And I will. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Okay? And the truth is...
Nice little swig of whiskey there. Nice.
That absolutely anyone has a right to have an opinion and to play a game the way that they want and to enjoy it at their own pace. All of those things are true. Sadly, I hate to say it, in the modern day, there's a bunch of people who are just fucking idiots. And they actually believe that, like, they can meme on the internet and they think that their memes superimpose over someone's right to enjoy a game or criticize it. It doesn't.
Imagine getting rattled this much over people, like, telling you your opinion was nonsense. Does it really matter, really, in the grand scheme of things? Jesus Christ, this guy.
You have a fucking online social community of people who circle jerk each other. You know, the social rejects who sit online all day and all you do is, you know, meme. It doesn't mean you're right. It just means you're fucking stupid and that you need a group behind you to feel like you're somebody. Well, I don't. I can stand out and say, I've been playing games for 18 years on the internet. I know what's good and what's not, in my opinion. I can share my opinion and there's people who respect it. That's why I'm still here after 18 years. It's that simple. So I want to say to everyone who watched the content over the last few days, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I got a ton of people who shared with me that they're happy that I was transparent and that I was honest, that I didn't sugarcoat the game or that I didn't basically say that the game was horrible, because I could have done that. I could have said, Crimson Desert is the worst game ever, just over-exaggerated everything. But I didn't do that. I was very honest with the audience and said, listen, there's tons of things about the game that are good. It's just this one thing, the combat, that's what's awful. And I don't think it's worth $70 if you have to waste your time to beat bosses and things. That's stupid, okay? Some people understood that and respected it. And I want to say thank you to anyone who still sticks around and hangs out with me and understands that's where I'm coming from when I'm being honest with my content. Like, I don't have anything to gain, so I'm not going to lie or exaggerate. I'm just going to be transparent with you. But a lot of people don't like that. They don't want people being honest.
No, like, again, he's right. He's rattled because people disagreed with what he had to say and they made fun out of him for saying it. He's saying, I should be allowed to criticize the game. It doesn't matter if you all liked it. I didn't like it. Cool. Well, everyone that liked it said you're chatting out your ass. Let them say it. It's not that big of a deal. God almighty, mate.
They want to feel like they're part of a cultural movement or a meme.
A cultural movement. A cultural movement. They just told you you're talking. A cultural movement is telling him he's wrong.
Information about something. I want to think how fucking stupid that is. You'd rather be ignorant than be informed.
Ignorant. Now they're ignorant.
Just so you can laugh with a crowd.
Now they're ignorant. Cool.
But you're the idiot.
Okay.
You're the ignorant one. You're the one who thinks something is true that's not, because you refuse to see the truth of the situation, because all you want to do is laugh at something.
Okay.
So you're a buffoon. You're a jester. You're a clown. That's your existence in life. That's what you want to be? I mean, I can't stop you. You know what I'm going to say? It can't stop you from being stupid. But anyway, I don't know what's going on. My pop-ups aren't working. Did something break?
The pop-up in your brain doesn't work. Let's not focus on the quality. Let's make sure we know what the alerts goes. Okay, cool. What doesn't matter.
It says that polarized side of it's like the worst game ever, or to kiss its butt, which I hate to say it, a lot of creators are doing. You know, the same creators who said that Starfield was the best game ever, the same creators that say that every game is the best game ever, and then they're all terrible. Yeah, they're all kissing the game's butt. Gee, I wonder why. It's not like they get paid or anything, right? Right? It's not like they all have plans to play this game for like a week straight and they want you watching their stream, so they'll say that the game's the best game ever made, right? No, of course not. Right, of course. No, absolutely. So, you're welcome, guitar player. I'm very glad that you enjoyed my honesty. Okay? All right. And then there was a super chat from a troll. I'm just going to ignore them. Okay.
Where's the super chat from the troll? What did it say here? They can meme you, they can meme on you, and they will meme on you, and you're going to like it. Get it? And there's nothing you can do about it. I love it.
You said that Starfield was the best game ever. The same creators that say that every game is the best game ever, and then they're all terrible. They're all kissing the game's butt. Gee, I wonder why. It's not like they get paid or anything, right?
Oh my god.
Right?
Everyone that disagrees with him is a paid shill. He's the only honest guy out there. Makes sense.
It's not like they all have plans to play this game for like a week straight and they want you watching their stream, so they'll say that the game's the best game ever made, right? No, of course not.
Of course not.
Right, of course. No, absolutely. So, you're welcome, guitar player. I'm very glad that you enjoyed my honesty. Okay? All right. And then there was a super chat from a troll. I'm just going to ignore them.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Ignore the troll. Ignore anything that doesn't agree with your opinion. Good. Nice little echo chamber here. Nice little echo chamber.
No, someone tipped $2 says you're getting too heated over your opinion. I'm not heated.
Exactly.
At all.
You are heated. You are. You
About
definitely
my
are.
opinion.
You
I have a
definitely
right
are.
to an opinion.
You
What's
definitely
hilarious is the internet's reaction to someone having an opinion because they're just a bunch of clowns who just want to be misinformed and laugh rather than actually be smart. And it frustrates me that so many people on this planet are dumb. Just like we talked about a couple days ago, that
everyone that doesn't like, everyone that disagrees with me is dumb. Everyone that agrees with me is smart. Love it.
it's very hard to get people to
And everyone that agrees with me happens to be my fans.
think about things factually anymore because all they want to do is sit on the internet and meme like clowns with a bunch of mouth-drooling idiots. They want to feel like they're a part of a social movement or something that they recognize rather than actually acknowledge facts. Like there's people who just sit on the internet all day believing nonsensical conspiracy theories because a bunch of people are saying them on the internet. They believe it's true. The shit that they read and stuff.
I love that. I love the little body language, crossing his arms as well, by the way. I love the fucking body language of crossing his arms. It's brilliant. I love it. I love the crossing his arms. So defensive.
Think it's real. And it's like, but what are you talking about? What factual evidence? None, but that's what everyone says on the internet. So you're dumb. I mean, so you're outright ignorant. But everyone says it. I read it on X. I read it on Reddit. Oh, so you're dumb. There's really no other way to get through here. You're an idiot if you just sit around reading that shit, memeing about it all day. If all you do is sit on feeds, and this is what you do with your time, you're wasting your life. Like, there's so much more you could be doing, especially because most of the stuff on the internet isn't vetted and isn't true. It's just bullshit propagated to push a social narrative so that you'll be part of that narrative, and it gets your attention, and it gets your what's the word? It gets your watch time, it gets your engagement, and it gets your click, and it gets your view, and an ad gets placed on it. That's why it exists. It doesn't exist to inform you. It doesn't exist to make you smarter. It exists to market to you, to make a buck on your attention, and you're just too ignorant to figure it out. It's the only reason any of these things. Do you think that Reddit exists because it wants to propagate information? It wants to push forth truthful narratives and make the people smarter? Do you think that X right now in its current form exists because it really wants to share useful information with the internet?
Aren't you on there too?
No.
So aren't you a part of it? So he's the only exception. You're on all these platforms. You're on all these apps. You're the only exception. You stand out from the rest. All of us, we're all dumb. We're the ones being used. We're part of the fucking big grand conspiracy. We don't know that we're being fucking, you know what I mean? Whatever's happening there. We're the ones with fucking, fluid leaking out of our ears. You're the only one who's using these things who's exempt. Makes sense.
That's not why they exist. They're money-making ventures. Okay? Anyway, so Princess Luna, thank you for a $10 super chat. I have to manually play animations today, which I really don't want to do, and it's going to piss me off if I have to do this all day, but I might have to because it seems like the service is broken. I don't know what's going on. That it looks like only Kickside contributions are not currently showing up.
Kickside contributions, I love it.
So I don't know how to fix that because it's not me. But thank you, Princess Luna, for a $10 super chat. It's good to have you here. Thank you for the contribution today.
Okay, cool. Anything else? You're just gonna go quiet. Nice bit of dead air from him, by the way. Nice bit of dead air. Nice bit of dead air here. Nice bit of fucking dead air.
Okay, what's up, King Michael? Good morning. Let's say hello to everybody.
Oh, don't say
Pretty
hello.
close to be here. About 5-ish hours. The first is I don't like the game. It wasn't that it was just me and everyone else was but I have played it for about 5-ish hours. Cracker Jacks is here today. And then the boss wasn't entertaining because
Anyway, shut up. Shut up.